Welcome. I am Coach Jackson, and I'm so excited because I have another star student success story. So this is my great friend and client, Amitesh, and he lost an amazing 34 pounds across the program, 3% body fat, and get this, wait for it, he lost an incredible 13 inches off of his waist during the 16-week program. I am so incredibly proud of him. I'm so excited for his progress and his success, and I'm just so thrilled to bring you his story. So Amitesh, welcome, and why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
Thank you, Coach Jackson. Hi, I'm Amitesh. I am from Chicago, Illinois. I have two young kids, a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. So like most people, just a regular tech job. 2020 was really brutal. I've just been at home, sitting all day, just working away. And I was really tired of seeing myself like just sitting at home and wanted to make a big change in my life. Here I am today.
It's been a fantastic, incredible story. And we'll certainly get into all those good things that we just spoke about in the intro. But why don't you start with, the pandemic hits, you're at home, you're kind of stuck. Is that really when you had that aha moment that I need to do something to get my health and fitness in order? Or like, what was the moment?
I had gained an incredible amount of weight, yet I refused to believe in my mind that I had gained that weight. In my mind, I was still the guy before the pandemic who was still doing okay, kind of working out 2 days or 3 days a week at gym, managing life with the kids, and I was still active. But we took a trip to Mexico in May after we all got vaccinated. So I took a trip with my kids. At that trip, it was blatantly obvious that I was not in shape. I'm not the same person I was anymore. And things were much more difficult. Walking felt hard. Running felt even harder. Just being outside felt uncomfortable in my own clothes because, like most people, I had been home for too long. So I had just been wearing, like comfortable clothing that were stretchable. So I did not realize how much weight I had gained until I went for this vacation, and none of my clothes actually fit me on vacation. I was really, really embarrassed just to be out. The first week of vacation, I refused to leave my room. I just stayed in the room and just asked my wife and kids to just go enjoy time by the poolside because I was too embarrassed to see myself being shirtless.
Wow, that is it's powerful, and I really thank you and appreciate you for sharing that. Okay, given where you're at that point, so you're struggling with your weight, you've gained a lot, you don't feel comfortable with your body, even to the point where you're embarrassed to go to the pool with your family. What are you thinking in your head? Like, are you thinking I can change this? Are you thinking I don't even know what to do? Like, what's the thought process?
To be honest with you, I was really embarrassed of myself because I felt like I let go of myself. I was letting my family down. And this was a vacation that we had taken like in over 2 years. This was our first family vacation, and not being able to spend time with family because I was too ashamed of myself and to look at my kids and to look at my wife and to tell them that I don't feel myself and I don't feel comfortable being around you because this is not who I am. And I don't know what to do. I feel so lost, and I feel like I was setting a bad example for my kids. I just felt like I was not being the right role model that I needed to be for my kids.
I hear that a lot from clients, especially the male clients I have, where they have kids and they feel like they want to set the example. They want to be that role model because kids do what you do. They don't do what you say. So if you're doing a certain things, you don't exercise, you don't eat healthy, kids are going to do the exact same thing. Right. So I really do appreciate you sharing that. And it really does tug at my heart. It just makes me cringe inside to think that you were struggling like this. So you're struggling like this. I have to ask, like, was this just a slow incremental change that it got to this point and just slowly you started falling into bad habits? Like, how did you end up at that spot? Like even?
Well, it was really, really difficult because over the years, I have been doing this yo-yo diets and kind of workout stuff that wasn't really helping me, where I was losing a significant amount of weight and I felt good. I looked great in pictures. Then I went back to normal life and, things happen and then you get busy with work and, you're no longer doing the yo-yo diet. And, it's really hard weight increment sometimes like just crept in, right? I mean, you did okay for the first couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden things started feeling tight, like, you know, your shirt from your chest, from your pants, like slowly. And, you know, by the time you realize it, then you're like 15 pounds of weight, you know, from where you started. And you're like, oh my God, what do I do? You know, I had no vision because I was working out as hard as I could, but I was not losing any weight. And I kept gaining more and more and more weight. And I was like, okay, I need to do something that's different. And when pandemic happened, we had sold our house. We moved into a fixer-upper house, just bad timing. And like most people, job got busy, life got busy, and there was too many projects going on at home. And eating healthy, working out was like the last thing on my mind. By the time I connected with you, at that point, I had lost all hope, and I was really looking for that guidance or that help, that someone would like really hold my hand and tell me that it's going to be okay and walk me through and tell me that there is a light at the end of this tunnel.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're yo-yo dieting, you're losing weight, but then you gain it right back and then even more. You're going to the gym, you're working out, but things aren't happening. Then the pandemic hits and bam, now it goes from bad to worse. Does that sound about right?
Yes, that is correct.
Wow. I got to say, before we get to the really good stuff, you said to me at some point, when I asked you to do this interview, you said, I don't feel worthy to do this interview because I don't quite have the six-pack abs yet. I don't have the perfect physique that I want yet. And you said, so I don't feel like I'm worthy to do this. And I told you that you were the perfect person to do this. And the stuff you just shared with me about the struggles in feeling embarrassed and the lack of confidence and all the stuff that you just shared and the struggles that you had in just feeling like you needed somebody to reach out and grab your hand and say, hey, it's going to be okay. I got you. Let's go. I almost feel like you've got to be the most successful client I've ever had, or at least one of them, because you started from such a struggle point, such a point of like darkness and pain, and like, wow, this is your rock bottom. And now to see where you've come, how far you've come, to see the confidence that you have, and much more so, and you certainly need to get better in the confidence area, but you've gotten really good. Wow, it's been just such a tremendous transformation. So I really think you're one of the most successful clients I've ever had because of the transformation I've seen in you, in your attitude, and of course, your health, your fitness, your body, everything. So for that, I want to commend you, and I want to make sure that I acknowledge you and that you know how appreciated you are, at least in the Action Jackson fitness community, and everybody in the community, all the other clients who know you in the Facebook group and stuff agree. You've made an incredible transformation. So I just want to acknowledge you for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's well-deserved. So, okay, you join up the program, we talk, you're like, all right, I'm in because I'm in a tough spot and I need somebody to help. You join. What were those first couple of weeks like? Was it like, oh my gosh, I can't do this? Or was it like, I trust Jackson? Like, what was it like?
To be honest with you, at that point, when I spoke to you, I felt like my life was about to change. And, I knew in the back of my head that this program was going to be hard. It's not easy. There's going to be changes that I have to make in my life to set better examples for my kids and myself to be successful. But at the same time, I went in completely with a blind faith, knowing that you would have my back because of that conversation I had with you, because I was honest with you. I told you where I was, and you were upfront with me, and you told me what you would do or how you would help me and how you would hold my hand. And the fact that you told me that it's okay, that we can change this, it's not too late at this point. I'm happy that you've connected with me and you seem to have the right attitude to make that life change. And, I want to take you on as my client. And to me, that meant a lot, because I don't know what other people feel about you, but I felt like you chose me because you believed in me. And because you believed in me, I had my blind faith in you that I would succeed because you had my back.
That's incredible. That's so incredibly powerful. So you get in, you're starting to feel hope. You know that you're going to be able to make this change. It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. As you're going through things and you start seeing a little bit of progress here and there, what was that like? Was it like, oh my God, I'm doing it, and the momentum just kept building on itself? Or what was it like?
So the first few weeks were really hard because I didn't see a lot of change in myself, right? I mean, it's not like a yo-yo diet where you've lost like 10 pounds or 15 pounds. I lost about 1.5 pounds the first week, and then maybe another pound the next week. One of the crazy things that I noticed was that the first thing, I almost felt like I was a dead man walking because I was so sore. I had not worked out, in over 2 years, and it was pretty crazy. But something crazy happened 5 days into my workout. I started feeling better. Something in my mind kept telling me that you're doing great. And then I just picked up a shirt that I couldn't fit into and I put it on. And for some reason, it went from feeling uncomfortable to feeling okay. And I was like, wait a minute, even though I've not lost weight, clothes are fitting okay. So something's happening in my body, even though I don't see it on the scale. I don't see it anywhere else. Something's happening. And that just kind of motivated me to like keep pushing myself forward.
Incredible. That's awesome. So first couple weeks are a struggle. You're not seeing as much progress as you want. Of course, that's the story for almost every client, where they want to see it faster. They want to happen sooner. But you get this moment where you put on a shirt and it's like, boom, it hits you that things are happening. Yes, it is working. That gives you that spark to keep going. And then fast forward a number of weeks, and here we are, you're 34 pounds lighter. You went from 227 down to 193. You lost 3% body fat, and your waist went from 45 inches down to an insane 32, 13 inches off your waist. You said, what size jeans are you wearing right now?
So I'm wearing size 32 jeans right now. And there's a crazy story behind this, is because I stopped buying jeans a long time ago because I no longer fit in them. And I had a trip that I had to take to see family. One of the things that the family had decided to do was that we would all take a picture, blue jeans and white t-shirt. I don't know why, but they all decided that was the dress code. I had no blue jeans. So I told my wife, all right, let's just buy it in Indiana when we get there. So we go to Indiana, meeting a friend who I had not seen in a long time. And I told my wife, just go buy jeans for me. And she's like, okay, what size do you wear? Well, I said, well, look at the size that I have. And she's like, well, these are too big. These are size 42 jeans. They're too big on you now. You think about it. So I said, well, why don't you buy 5 pairs of jeans, like size 39, 38, 36, and 34. And we'll try it out, because I don't know. Because we had to take picture that evening, and I was meeting my friend and we had no time. And I get to my sister's place, and I'm trying 40. I'm trying 39. It's too loose. I'm trying 38. Still too loose. I'm trying 36. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And I told my wife, I don't think 34 is going to fit me. I'm between 36 and 34. And then she's like, well, try it. I put it on. Not only did it fit me well. And I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. I have not put these size pants on in over 15 years now.
That is incredible. Incredible. How did it feel in that moment?
I felt like I hit a home run at that point, because, until then I was measuring myself, but I didn't really measure myself to the point where I was like putting old clothes on to see what fit me. Right. So I felt like I somehow did so well, that succeeded, that I couldn't wait to like get on a call and talk to you and tell you where I was, so that you could tell me how proud you were of me and that I was on the right path and I was doing all the right things.
I am proud of you, and you have done all the right things. You've been an absolute model client. You've executed, even in imperfect conditions, even without, perfect information. You've just done everything I've asked you. You've really just pushed forward one step in front of the other. You've taken it a day at a time, a set at a time, reps at a time, and you just made an incredible transformation to your body, your life, and really your whole emotional well-being and mindset. So thank you again for all your hard work and everything you've done. And tell me, now that you're here, like, what's next for you? Do you think you can manage this now on your own, or do you feel like this is going to be different than all those other yo-yo diets you've done in the past?
Oh, this is, your program is not a yo-yo diet. It is a transformation. It's a life-changing thing. I will be honest with you. I stopped counting my calories and macros 2 weeks ago just to see how I would do. And I can tell you, and I hope you'll be proud of me, that I am continuing to lose weight, and I am still hitting my macros, and I'm doing okay on all aspects. So I do feel like this is sustainable. I understand the choices I need to make when I'm eating food. There are a few tweaks I may have. The biggest thing I learned from this is that I have to think before I put something in my mouth, right? And I have to plan if I'm able to before I go out, to make sure that I understand what I'm going to eat. So then all I have to do is just make a quick adjustment that day. Maybe skip a meal that day, or make sure that my macros are lined up, so that way when I get to the restaurant, I know exactly what I'm going to order, and I know exactly I'm going to stay within my macros at the end of the day.
Yeah, the difference between this and some of those like crash diets or those things is like, we taught you skills, we taught you principles, foundational elements that you can now apply in your life, as opposed to just saying, just eat these things right here and then you'll lose weight.
That is
big
correct.
Difference.
Right. And there is no one recipe. I can tell you that I can take many things out of my refrigerator today, toss it in a pan, quickly make a meal and eat, and I know that I'm still hitting my macros even without counting.
That is an amazing skill that you've developed, and it's going to serve you really well in the future. So 2 more questions. Is that if there's somebody out there right now that's sort of struggling, that's maybe in the place that you were in, where it's like they're in a dark spot, COVID was just awful for their health and fitness, they've gained weight, they don't know what to do, and they're like, I can't get out of this. What would you say to that person?
The first thing I would tell them is to get onto their computer, get onto your webinar, and fill out that form and set up a time to talk to you. That is the first thing that they need to do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And any last parting pieces of wisdom or advice that you've picked up on your journey, maybe a breakthrough you've had, something that you've learned, a tip or a trick, anything out there that can add some value to people's lives?
Well, the biggest thing that helped me was, 1, constantly talking to you, 2, checking in with you often, and 3, making sure that if I don't have a question, if I don't have an answer to a question, to connect with you and to connect with the community ASAP. Because between the community and you, I didn't think I needed to go anywhere else. I didn't feel like I had to talk to, like a doctor or a dietitian, or I had to talk to someone about my struggles, about being stuck and not being able to push past a certain weight that, I'm struggling with. I've been consistently seeing my strength score go up, like so much so that I'll share this with people here. When I did my total assessment, my strength score was 280, and I was so embarrassed. And right now, my strength score is over 800.
Boom!
Yeah.
Massive changes. So now, you're physically, you're getting leaner, you're looking better, you're feeling better, more energy, all those things. But now you're physically getting stronger all at the same time. What's that do to your confidence? Where's your confidence at today?
Oh, it's over the moon. I feel so comfortable walking outside and feeling better about myself. I feel comfortable that if I have to go back to work, that I would be okay seeing my colleagues, because I'm not that fat dude anymore.
Any beach vacations planned?
Next year, because I still
gotta get one.
I do. And like I said, when I started the program, I set myself like 3 goals, right? I said, well, if I lose 25 pounds, I've done great. If I lose over 30 pounds, I've hit a home run. And then if I get those 6-pack abs, then, that's like out of this park, right? So I want to chase that. And then I would like to go on a beach vacation after that.
Well, you're on the way, my friend. You've done such an amazing job. And just one last time, I want to congratulate you. I want to let you know how proud I am of you and just how excited I am to see your progress. Like, out of all the transformations that I've sort of, helped people with and featured, on, this, in this form, this one's got to be one of the ones that really just hits me here the most, because to talk about your struggles and your vulnerability, position you were in, that dark spot, and then to now see where you're at and to be even a small part of pulling you out of that hole, man, I mean, it really does hit home for me, because boy, just the transformation that you've made, even though you don't have the six-pack photo yet, I know, number one, that you're going to get there, but you've made such incredible, like, massive leaps in your life in so many different ways: health, fitness, strength, mindset, emotion, everything is massively better. And for those reasons, I think I'm more proud of you and your transformation than just about any other client I've ever worked with. So congratulations.
Thank you so much, Coach.
It's been such a pleasure to work with you. It's been an honor to play a role in your transformation. And again, I just want to acknowledge you and appreciate all your hard work and everything you did to get to this point. You deserve the success. You earned it. Remember that. I helped you, show you the way, but you put in the work. Remember that confidence, the pride, it's yours.
Got it. Thank you so much, Coach.